I always do this. I always mess up the bacon. Is it me? Maybe it's box versus me. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Harleigh, food blogger, content creator and overeater. The long-awaited return of Box versus Baker, a series where I put box mix recipes against some of the baking's best. In this episode of Box versus Baker, we are making banana bread. This Box versus Baker is actually a little bit different to the last two as I'm currently taking part in Veganuary. So this is a vegan Box versus Baker. Do not turn off the video just because I said that, because one of these recipes is vegan by chance and the other one can be made non-vegan if you want to. The box is by Creative Nature and it's a whole grain banana bread mix. Organic, gluten-free, nut-free, dairy-free, soy-free, serves 8. And on the baker side, we have the peanut butter banana bread by Benjamina in The New Way to Cake. Now, I'm just name dropping Benjamina because she's actually a friend of mine, but you might know her as seen on The Great British Bake Off, or in the States, I believe it's called Netflix's Great British Baking Show or something. But this is Benjamina's debut and relatively new cookbook, available on Amazon, any good bookstore, both here and in the US. Both methods are super simple. The Creative Nature banana bread mix actually only asks for 3 things. One is the bananas, and I was quite pleased to see that because I was concerned that this was like some kind of dry banana experience. I just like add water. But yeah, this actually asks for the bananas. It also asks for 40 grams of dairy-free spread and a pinch of cinnamon, brackets optional. But I don't see any kind of seasonings in the ingredients list, so I will definitely be adding that cinnamon. Ingredients in this are brown rice flour, unrefined cane sugar, milled flaxseed, fair trade banana chips, there is some kind of dried banana aspect, baking powder, cornstarch, sodium bicarbonates, and that's it. From the baker, we have 4 small ripe bananas divided. I actually don't have small ripe bananas, but what I do have are small bananas and large ripe bananas. So I'm gonna work out the weight of a small banana and then get that in ripe bananas. 50 grams of smooth peanut butter, 120 ml of vegetable oil, 75 ml of almond or soy milk, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which I've already put in my milk, 300 grams of all-purpose flour, plain flour, 175 grams of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Both these recipes I'm going to do simultaneously, but both of them actually ask for the same baking time, which is excellent. Benjamina's is supposed to come out looking something like this, with that lovely Instagrammable banana slices on top. There isn't obviously a picture of any kind of real banana bread on this. There's just kind of like a little cartoon on the packet, so we'll see. At the bottom of Benjamina's recipe, there's like a tip which says, for added texture, use a crunchy peanut butter instead of smooth, or fold in some chopped roasted peanuts before baking. Benjamina also mentions that you can swap out the peanut butter for almond butter or hazelnut butter, if you want to add some chocolate chips or anything like that. But if you want any more tips, you'll have to buy the book and the link is in the description. So I'm gonna start with Benjamina's recipe just because it has more ingredients. Take a little bit longer, and because I'm gonna put them in at the same time, I'd rather not have one sitting around for ages while the other one, you know, is getting made. So starting with baker. First step, as always, preheat the oven. 180 degrees, 350 Fahrenheit. This book is published in the UK and the US, and all the measurements for both the actual ingredients, temperatures, everything like that are in both cup people, gram people. This book has you covered on both fronts. In a large bowl, use a fork to mash 3 bananas, mix in the peanut butter, oil, milk, and vanilla and set aside. In a separate bowl, whisk together the flour, sugar, baking powder, cinnamon and salt. Pour the banana mixture into the dry ingredients and stir gently until just combined. Slice the remaining banana in half lengthwise, pour the batter into the loaf pan and gently place the sliced banana on top without overlapping the slices or pushing them back into the batter. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes or until well risen and a toothpick inserted into the centre comes out clean. Leave to cool completely before slicing. And now, let's go box. Mash the bananas in a mixing bowl with a fork, then pop in the other ingredients and give it a good stir. Singing loudly at this point is reported to improve taste. Spoon the yummy mixture into the grease-proof 2-pound loaf tins, bake for 25 minutes until beautifully brown on top, then cover with foil and bake for another 20 minutes. I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to open the oven halfway through, so if it burns, it burns. Both cakes are in the oven now, but there shouldn't be any kind of reason for them to like burn on top. I've done that actually for both of them. For the box, which asks for me to cover it, I'm not going to be doing that. And for the baker, because there's a banana on top, I also don't want that to just catch on top. Now I've seen what both the doughs or the batters look like, what kind of banana breads these are making. I think both of them include the word banana bread, which is something that I was looking for in my recipes because I wanted it to be an equal comparison. There is like this kind of bread-like crust, like the gluten is stretching and snapping on top. I'm nerding out right now in fear that I'm going to be making two completely different products. I have the feeling this one is going to be a cake and that this one is going to be, I don't know, I'm worried about this one. I always do this, I always mess up the baker. Is it me? Maybe it's box versus me and I should just, I lose, I always lose. Okay, it's time for our taste test. They're both out of the oven. They've cooled down a little bit, not completely. Mum doesn't actually know which one's which, even though she probably does by appearance. But we'll try one first.
I think it's got toffee in it, and I like end. Yeah, so this is the end for me because I've got the end piece.
Oh, you don't really like bananas, do you?
I don't like bananas. The banana's not strong, and I think it's got toffee in it. Yeah. This one's a lot more banana-y. A lot more banana-y. But it's moister. It's so moist that it's a bit more closer to a pudding.
Nice though.
I like it. Although I don't like banana, I would choose this one over that one because the first one was sweeter and I don't really have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
The first one was drier, sweeter. The second one was denser, more banana-y, moister, and will probably last longer.
Which one do you think was the box and which one do you think was the baker?
Baker is the first one, the one with the toffee in it, if it did have toffee in it.
It didn't have toffee in it, but it is the baker one.
First one was a real cake, the second one was a bit more like a pudding.
Thanks for your hard work and reviewing.
I love working for you.
Oh, amazing, darling. See you for your next shift. At this point, I feel like saying hello and welcome back to my channel because I started this video about a month ago. The original day and all the stuff you've just seen, on the day I made the cake, I literally had to leave the house. So me and my mum did the taste test and then we just left. And I just wanted to finish the video properly, just talking about the things that I usually rank box versus baker on. I've actually remade the cake, which is sitting in the background. I have my original notes here because, yeah, I actually filmed the beginning of this a while ago. But for the final ranking of this box versus baker, Benjamina's peanut butter banana bread versus the Creative Nature banana bread mix. The first ingredient on, as usual, is texture. Benjamina's cake. Hers is actually listed as a banana bread. She describes enjoying it toasted with some butter. So in my head, toasting a slice of cake, I wasn't expecting cake because of that. Very comparable to my like staple banana loaf that I love to make. Very nice clean slices. The texture in the Creative Natures one was not bad, it's just that because it was so shallow, baked in exactly the same loaf tin, but it just didn't have any rise, so it was very dense. And I think drowned in custard would have been great, but as a cake or a banana bread, whatever, didn't quite hit the texture spot. Secondly, let's rank the flavour. The flavour of Benjamina's recipe is amazing. Like the caramelization with the light brown sugar, the fruit, the peanut butter just comes together so well. Whereas on the box side here, you've got that artificial banana taste. It's not like how, say if you had banana chips, that kind of packeted banana taste. It's not that. It's not a packeted banana taste, it's an artificial banana taste. I actually just picked up the packet because I'm sure this said it had no artificial. Yeah, it doesn't, and we went through the ingredients. Banana chips. It doesn't taste of banana chips though. It tastes of like an artificial, like banana syrup maybe, or something like that. Third thing we're going to rank is the ease of making each recipe. Would I rather make the box over the baker? Is the box's ease here one of those things that you would think, oh, that's why I'll grab the box over making this recipe? No, I don't think so. As always with baker recipes, you do have to weigh out your ingredients. So if you don't have access to weighing scales or accurate weighing scales, there is that. There are 2 liquids in Benjamina's recipe. So again, if you don't have a measuring jug, we don't need a measuring jug because you can weigh your liquids. But yeah, I guess there's that element that the box is easier, but is the ease of the box worth the payoff in flavour and texture of the baker? Review point number 4 is the value, financial value for money. I've totaled up Benjamina's recipe, which was bananas, peanut butter oil, a dairy-free milk, flour, sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Just for the fact that there's no butter or eggs in this recipe, that shaves off like almost £2. So the total of this recipe, ingredients to the grams and everything, comes to £1.87. Again, you could make this cheaper. I put the cost in for peanut butter. I only use like palm oil free, like pure peanut butter. So again, if you use something like Skippy or just something that's a little bit cheaper, you can get the cost down if you want to. So £1.87 there for that recipe versus the packet, which is £3.50. So this has worked out almost double. Ranking point number 5, my favourite as always, which I kind of touched on when I was talking about ease, is the washing up. Both of these recipes use exactly the same tin. You could make them both in the same bowl. I'm pretty sure I did. Both of these cakes, to me, used a similar amount of utensils, similar amount of mess. Neither one of them involved using a stand mixer, purely just a hand mixed with a spatula. Big bowl, scales. As mentioned, if you are measuring your liquids separately for Benjamina's recipe, you might need a jug. You also might want to use accurate like measuring spoons if you're going to take out like a tablespoon of cinnamon, that kind of thing. Personally, with my level of expertise, I didn't use probably as much in the kitchen as someone else might. All in all, this was pretty much a landslide win for Baker. I think with the previous episodes, there was kind of a time and a place for the box chocolate cake because it's just so yummy. It didn't have all of the qualities that you might look for when compared, but on its own, if you just needed to grab a box and make a friend a birthday cake, send the kids to school with something for their birthday or something, there was nothing wrong with that. I think for the stigma that's attached to being vegan and it being so expensive, there's nothing in here that made it stand out as having like any kind of vegan benefit. This, which again was a little bit more like the cookie situation where we had just like dust and we just had to add moisture. Benjamina is the winner for me as always. I'm a massive fangirl and I luckily also can call her a friend now. I love Benjamina. The book is amazing. I love it. There was no way it wasn't gonna win against the box, but I probably just put you through like 10 minutes of suspense just to see if I liked your cake. I keep looking at the viewfinder because I can see there's a slice of it behind me, so I'm gonna go enjoy that right now. If you haven't seen the other episodes of Box vs Baker, I will leave them on the screen for you right here. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, like, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.